Oh yeah, welcome to BodyBags. This is theme week here, house theme week, and I picked the film from 1977. Produced and directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi. The film is titled House, aka Hausu. Welcome to BodyBags. I'm your Thursday reviewer, Chris from Chris B Movies. You know my name is Chris, and you know I love B movies, and this film was fun. It's always good when you can review a film from the Criterion Collection. This film looked very good. I mean, absolutely pristine print on this one. Great music in this film as well. Really sets the tone for this film, which is a creepy, cartoonish, artsy, awesome film. Yes. Most of you who enjoy horror have probably already seen this one before. But it was heavily influenced by Jaws. See, the company Toho that wanted to make this film, wanted to make a film that was kind of like Jaws. So they talked to Nobuhiko Obayashi, and he said, I just want to make this film different. I don't want to make it exactly like the American Jaws. So he talked to his daughter. He probably figured that a kid's influence would help make this film interesting. Because nobody ever asks a kid any questions about making a film or uses influence from kids. I think more people should, because kids have a great imaginative minds. And so Obayashi's daughter just told him of her fears, and she told him to just not make this like any other film that has been seen and that's already been done. Make it interesting, imaginative. So she told him of all her fears, and he incorporated all that within the context of this film, which made this film so interesting. Obayashi's style is great. It's cartoonish. It's like he had a love for cartoons and stuff, and the artistry in this film is amazing. The colors are unbelievable, and it really sets the mood for every scene in this film, which I thought was very interesting. Now, the plot of this film, we have Gorgeous, and she's named Gorgeous for her beauty, and people, the actors in this film, the characters in this film, have all very interesting names. So Gorgeous is named for her beauty. And so she was looking forward to her summer vacation, and was looking forward to her vacation with just time alone with her father. Because after her mother died 8 years earlier, she came very close to her father. And she never got over her mother's death. She still has pictures, she still talks to her mother. As in anybody who's lost a parent, you never get over the death. No matter how many years pass, you just never get over it. And that's the tall and short of it. But she became very close to her father, and she was looking forward to a summer vacation with her father, who's a music composer. He was in Italy doing films, and said that, hey, Ennio Morricone's got nothing on me, kind of like, cocky, brash, but, can back it up. But loves his daughter. And so, as his daughter's looking forward to this vacation, he drops a big bombshell on her. And he says, well, it's time. I've been alone for 8 years, and I met someone, and I would like her to join us and become a family with us. Her name is Ryoko Emma, and so he introduces her to, and says, and I don't know if this is a thing of Japanese culture, I want to introduce you to your new mother. Now, for me, that would make me very upset, because you have a mother and you have a father. In my situation, I have a stepfather who has always treated me like I'm his son, and he's always been a real father to me. So in that situation, over time, things developed in that nature. But to drop a bombshell, here's your new mother. So you can tell that Gorgeous was upset about this, because her mother is her mother. But Rika Emma really tries to form a bond with her. And it's funny, because when she's introduced and she comes into this soft music with a wind blowing her hair around and making her out to be beautiful and gorgeous, and the new Gorgeous. So Gorgeous is, I'm sure, not happy about that either, because she's the original Gorgeous, right? But she's a very nice lady, and really wants to have a family herself. So Gorgeous is pissed off, and now she goes into her room, runs away, and talks to her mother, and says, Mom, you're always here. I don't care what Daddy's doing. And she's so upset that she decides not to take a vacation with her father, and to just leave and go out on her own with her friends. So she contacts her aunt, who's her mother's sister, and says, I haven't seen you in so many years. Please, can I come visit you? So she sends it, and automatically she gets a response. And the aunt's like, yeah, I haven't seen you so long. Please come. Now, Gorgeous has a lot of friends with funky names. She has Melody, who has an affinity for music. She's a total musician, a piano player, you know. Prof, short for professor, highly academic, and great at problem solving. Kung Fu, another one of her friends, funky names, huh? Is highly athletic, and of course is skilled at, guess what? Kung Fu. You're right. You're good. Mac, who's highly gluttonous, just loves to eat, eats through the whole film, but not overly heavy. She's just a little bit heavier than the rest of the girls, so that's kind of odd. Sweet, who's always bubbly and gentle, just loves everybody. And Fantasy, who is constantly daydreaming. ADD, anyone? I don't think ADD was a thing back in the 70s. I don't know, maybe it was. So they all decide to go to her aunt's house. So when they happen upon the house, they meet up with some dude selling watermelons, or just sitting at a watermelon counter, and he's all drunk and plastered. But come to find out, I think all his intoxication was from just eating melons all day. And he became kind of out there, but he knows a lot about the aunts. And he's like, oh yeah, the house is up there, she's waiting for you. So you know some creepy thing's going to happen. So once they come to the house and the gate area opens up, you see the aunt. And she's much older now in a wheelchair, but there's nobody taking care of her. She lives alone, and she really can't cook for herself, or so she says, or can't clean her house. So it's like, how's this getting done? The house is dirty, but not overly dirty. So the house is creepy as hell, and as things progress within the context of the film, you learn more about the aunt. And that maybe she's here or really not here. See, the story about the aunt is she fell madly in love with this man, but this man was sent to war. And he promised her, I'll be back. I promise you, I'll be back. And, well, he went to war, and his plane got shot down, and he never returned. And she can't really believe that he's dead, and she never really came to terms with the fact that he died in the war. Still waiting all these years for her to come back, but in the process, she had passed away. And, well, her spirit overtook the house. And so her evil spirit overtook the house, ready to consume any unmarried people, or people who have survived the war, or survived in the area where the war was. So thus, that's the aunt situation, and that's what's going on with the aunt, where her spirit lives there, but it's not really her. And as the movie progresses, people die. Are there survivors? You'll have to find out by watching Hausu. People die in very odd fashion, but fun. Like, there was a scene where a girl is in a room and a bunch of mattresses stop dropping on her. I love that scene, and a scene where a piano consumes the girl. I won't give away too much detail. You really have to see it for yourself. But even if I do give away a lot of detail in this film, it's a film you still need to watch. The effects are cartoonish, but fun. There's a cat called Blanche who is in a lot of the scenes. He just kind of pops up and just kind of walks by. There's this goofy little skeleton whose like arms are always moving in the background. And it's a film you have to watch several times because there's stuff in the background where if you watch it once, you might miss it the first time. Because the first time you watch it, you're reading the subtitles and everything, and you might miss some of the stuff that's going on in the background. But there's a lot of stuff happening in the background of the film, which I think is good. The aunt breaks the fourth wall a few times, which is a lot of fun. There's scenes where the aunt walks through her refrigerator and goes into another room. So, just fun stuff to be had in this film. It's fun, it's cartoonish, it's an hour and 24 minutes. It never overwhelms its stay. It's just a blast of a film. And it's a film you can watch over and over and over again, never get sick of watching it. And the real context of this film is love. And you'll see at the very end where after everything happens, everything sinks in, boom! This film is just all about love. And what happens when you lose your true love, and what happens is when people die, and although people will stay with you inside of you, you'll never stop loving them. So the real context of this film is love. And I applaud Obayashi. I want to watch more of his films. So I hope maybe Criterion puts out more of his films, or some other company might as well. But Obayashi, I love his style. I think this film is fun, and it's got a little some shout outs here and there to certain films and movies as well. But you watch it, and you come up with your own decision about which film it's making fun of, or which film it's mocking, or there are some connotations to Jaws as well. But yeah, really fun film, and a film that I can't give too much away. You just gotta watch for yourself. Even if I give a lot away, it's a film you definitely have to experience. It's trippy, it's fun, it's cartoony, it's a blast. The music in this film is amazing. It fits so well within the goofy context of this film. It's an awesome film. I love it to death, and it definitely deserves the Criterion treatment. Absolutely 100%. So I thank everybody for watching. I appreciate all your support. Check out all the other reviewers. They all do a bang-up job. And this is House Week, so every film that is going to be reviewed has House in the title. Oh, yeah. So check them out. And check me out next Thursday. You never know what I'm going to bring to the table. But it's always something fun, right? Please subscribe to BodyBags. Very important. Just hit that sub button. And also Crispy Movies. I would totally appreciate it. And like I say, I'll see you next Thursday. So don't forget to watch those late night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. Don't forget to tune in to another episode of the show we call BodyBags. And if y'all ask you to come over, you know what, you haven't seen in quite some time, be very careful. Cartoonish cats may come in and eat ya. Later, guys. See you next week.